All right, here we are. Because we can't meet face to face, it might be easier for me to make this video so that you have a little more understanding. You have hopefully already read the syllabus a couple times. I want to just explain a couple things. The rest of it's going to have to wait until we meet on January 31st. Remember, there's no class next week because I am out of town, but you are required to be in class online, which is you can do it at your own time, your own pace, but it needs to be done by January 31st. So got to get it done. Get on to Module 3 in Canvas. I will be limited to emails, so just so you know that. I want to go through the syllabus. So here we go. All right. First of all, this is called a positive classroom. Everything we do has to do with what we are doing as educators. It's inclusion, it's strategies, it's instruction, it's assessment, it's developing that culture that you want as a teacher. You've been in the role of being the observer, being the practicum candidate. You are now looking at yourself as if this is your classroom. So you're taking everything that you have learned and that you have been able to observe for the last year, and you are now putting it into your own thinking. So everything that you've had in all your classes, from your cooperating teachers to your instructors to all your background knowledge, you are now going to take all of those theories and you're going to put them into action. What makes sense to you? And so keep that in mind, that we're going to explore classroom organization patterns. We're going to study student engagement practices, good and bad, negative, positive, the role that teachers' dispositions, who they are, how they react, what they do. What do you see that's positive? What is something that you are concerned about? Approaches, student motivation. All of this helps us create a positive learning environment, and that's our whole goal in this class. We are going to explore elements of the classroom, learning community, and culture. We are going to look at the complexity of all the things that it looks like it just happens in a classroom, but we're going to dig deeper in that. You have some essential questions on the bottom of your syllabus, and you need to be able to know what those are, because those are going to be put into practice with your final project. Your final project is going to be a web page. I have sent an email that has different free web pages that you can create. I will send links of students, past students who've created them. I'm going to help you through it. We will have class time, but you need to do the majority of the work on your own. So you might as well get started on the design and thinking about the process. Every assignment we are doing in this class will eventually be on that webpage by the with March 21st, our last class. Please read through the essential questions, and we will look at them again. Some of you are asking about the assignment number 1, analysis of classroom practices and critical questions. Start with the critical questions. You are looking at yourself. You need to have read Managing Diverse Classrooms, page 1 through 4, and Classroom Motivation, page 1 through 9. On the Canvas, I will put the Ethic of Excellence handout. You don't need it to write this paper. This paper is using everything that you have observed, everything that you have questioned or wondered or reflected on as a student and as a practicing teacher. Thinking about your metacognitive, you are now thinking about what are all those connections that you have had, and you're bringing them together. You're observing the classroom that you are in, and you're just analyzing what you have been looking at. Using the 5 questions that are at the bottom of the paper. How do we create caring and motivating communities that ensure high quality learning for all students? Answer that question. There's no wrong answer. It's what you are thinking. We are analyzing. Analyzing means dig deeper. Don't just give me the surface answers of what you think because you've taken all these classes. I want to hear. It's what you are about as a teacher. What are the elements, the ingredients of a positive classroom culture? What do you see as important in a successful classroom? Maybe you're observing it. Maybe you would change some things. everybody does that. I mean, year after year, I've never done the same thing in my class to create the culture and the relationships that I have with my students, ever. How does the teacher impact the classroom culture? What do you see? What do you think? What do you know? What have you experienced being in the classroom? What is it that are key to you? What develops and influences motivation? You've read some chapters, some pages on classroom motivation and the different types of different motivation that students might have and exhibit in your classroom. You can address those in this analysis. What develops and influences motivation? What values and beliefs have the greatest influence on classroom and school culture? We're really going to talk about that parent piece, the grading piece, the assessment piece, those really critical conversations that parents really want to know about and students want to be clear about too. And so this paper is taking everything that you have been doing for the last year or so and making those connections of those theories and putting them into practice. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you want? It's an analysis. You may go ahead and do it all below, and if you want to format your paper and answer each of these questions in a linear kind of way, I'm okay with that. But this is going to be a discussion that we have when we come back to class on January 31st. Hopefully that makes it clear. Your reading is critical in being able to have these dialogues, so please do that. Other than that, just go through the syllabus, read it, highlight it. We will talk about the other assignments that are happening. You'll see that you have to do a vision letter for parents and students, an assessment and grading description, and then the theory to action plan for instruction and classroom management. When this whole class is over, our whole goal is that you will have this tool belt of a lot of strategies, approaches, and tools that when you go into the classroom, your own classroom, you will be able to take those into the classroom and you'll go, I've got this. This class is your class. It's your discussions. I'm looking forward to those. Other than that, please do the discussions on Canvas each week. Next week, for your class on January 24th, it's all online. It's all on Canvas, so you need to be able to do that. There are some time sensitive, like the discussions, they do close. So make sure that you are reading and then writing or responding to the question and then responding to a person in our cohort. If you have questions, you can email me. I'm usually pretty accessible, but when I'm in London, I don't know. But don't worry, you guys, we've got this. Relax, enjoy, sit back and have your tea and coffee and watch the videos, and hopefully you all are in access to Canvas. So talk to you later. Enjoy. Bye-bye.